find, you gotta find your mojo in your dojo. You hear me? You gotta find your mojo in your dojo. And that could be many things to many people. It may be one or two things to some people, but you gotta find your mojo in your dojo. That means you gotta figure out a way to find a way to make all your life throw at you work for you. We all do. We gotta find a way to make whatever life throw at us, whatever we throw at ourselves through life, you know, because we play our part in it, you hear me? That's why accountability and responsibility is important, but we want to do all that we can, all that's in our power, all that's in our control, you hear me? All that's within our grasp, all that's within our reach to make it work for us. That means we're gonna have to find balance. If we gotta move around it, if we gotta walk over it, if we gotta go through it, to keep from being up on it. You hear me? You said this. I just want to be a reminder on this day, on this good day. It just so happened to be Friday. You hear me? Because every day is a good day. But we don't always feel good through every day that we have. And that's not on the day that we have. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it. That's on each and every one of us. It's on us to find a reason that we can feel good for no reason at all. As I started out with in the beginning, we got to find a way to alchemize it all everything that come our way, all the experiences been for us. So how can we make them for us? By what we learn from them. Because it's about the lessons more than anything. It's about the growth more than anything, you know? And lessons and growth come with a whole bunch of other things attached to it. To pass them and get the best from them, and to grow and get stronger. We you know, weakness is, I won't say what I was gonna say. I just say weakness is on the opposite side of growth. You know, cowardice is on the other side of courage. No control is on the opposite side of restraint. Or no control is on the opposite side of discipline. You know, change is on the other side of staying the same. You know, yeah. Transformation is on the other side of just being transitory. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You heard? I'm saying that to say this. Instead of making God, we goddesses, or whatever, however we describe ourselves, kings or whatever, something that just sounds good to the external, you know, it's just my opinion. Disclaimer, it's just my opinion, my truth, you know. But instead of making it personal, we need to make it more internal, you know. Instead of making it titicular, we need to make it more eternal. I don't even know if that's a word, you know. And I say that because we don't make what we know as the divine source. I call it source energy, source intelligence, you know. Because I'm speaking about frequency, something that we can't see. You know, you can't see frequency, but we know everything is by way of frequency, you know. And that's why I say we don't make God what we call God too personal, and when in actuality it's not a respect of persons, because you have to be on that channel. I just say it like this, it's a whole bunch of channels on the radio, and you can get all the things that those channels give you according to their vibration and their frequency, But when you get on God frequency, divine frequency, source frequency, your life will never be the same. It can't be. It can't stay the same. Things gonna happen for whoever needs to hear this, But internalize the process. God source is not a respecter of persons, people, places, and things. You hear me? What it'll do with the rich man, it'll do with the beggar. To the point that it can have them change places. If you don't listen, you gonna miss it. All you gotta do is get on that frequency and that tone, cause whatever tone and what frequency we on, that's what's finding our way into our everyday experience through people, places, and things. Somehow, some way, all the players necessary for the parts to be played, with us, just happen to make their way into our lives too, because of how we operate, how we vibrate, what frequency we on. So it's important to know what frequency you're on by way of thoughts, feelings, so forth and so on. Got to be checked in with yourself. All throughout the day, you got to check in with yourself. And so much shit be happening throughout the day, and to give us an opportunity to process it that we can't process it all. You can't watch every thought that you think because we get too many, but you can pay attention to how you feel. That part. You got a better chance of paying attention to how you feel than paying attention to every thought you think. Who am I talking to that need to exercise what I'm saying? See, anybody get access to their frequency. It don't matter what you wear, what you have, what you don't have, what you look like. You hear me? What sign you is, where the planet's at. None of that. None of that. You hear me? Contrary to popular belief. Some of them things can help you, But yeah, none of that. You heard? Don't care about color, ethnicity, race, whether you're born in the States or somewhere abroad. It don't matter about none of that, man. It's just the frequency. If you could tap the frequency, you could tap in. And how it worked with me ain't gonna show up how it worked for you. So don't expect it to. You hear me? If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. For whoever needs to hear that. Yeah. Find balance. Check in with yourself. I'm sharing these things because I was asked how do I find a way to maintain and stay in the highest frequency. Stay in my God spark, my divine spark, and focus, attention, concentration, consistency. I can share a whole lot of things, but most of all, consistency. You just gotta do it. Do I feel like doing it every day? No. I'd be lying if I said I did. Am I always in the highest space every day? No, I'll be lying if I said I did. But I automatically know what I gotta do because I've been doing it so long that to the point that that's all that I know how to do. And that's why I say the more you do it, the more, whatever it is that you do, the more you do it. That's gonna be your first response to the point that after a while you don't have to think about it. If you thinking negative and that's all you do, then that's gonna be your first response in the event of anything happen. If you always looking for, if you think positive, and if you practice positivity, you practice joy, you practice balance, you practice finding solutions, then that's those realms gonna open up for you. You know, so whether we acknowledge it or not, we do create our own reality. You know, and that's why vibration is more important than I stressed the first time. It's important. Vibration matter. That's how we collapse things in the ground, and it's so important. I can't stress it enough, you know. But as I was sharing, let me before I get off, so many things want to come through. But I was asking, how do I maintain? I just don't base how I feel off what I see. I'm gonna repeat it again. I don't base how I feel off what I see. That's how I control. That's how I exercise control over my emotions. That's how I exercise control over my mind. That's how I exercise control over my feelings. That's how I maintain control of my energy. I don't base how I feel off what I see. I don't base how I feel off conditions. Somebody need to listen to this, cause those things will trick you. What you see, when what you seeing ain't even the real picture. You hear me? We see a fraction of what's really. We physically see a fraction of the things present. You hear me? For those that know. For those that really tapped in, you know what I'm talking about. You know. So the illusion is the illusion is real. So if you base how you feel off what you see, with all the shit that's going on in the world, you'll find yourself never feeling good. Somebody call it. Feel good for no reason at all. I love y'all, man. Stillness, abundance, love, and like health and wholeness. Stillness, abundance, love, and like health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love, and like health and wholeness. Have time to check in with yourself, you know. Focus, discipline, and a whole lot of self-love. You're gonna need that for the rough patches. And be you how you be you. I love y'all. My name is Saul. Peace.